Have you ever wondered why some people can command attention simply by staying silent? Why is it that in a meeting, there are individuals who say nothing yet still command respect? Or why, in heated debates, silence often speaks louder than words? Welcome to today's video, where we'll explore the power of silence, a timeless strategy used by leaders, negotiators, and strategists throughout history. We'll uncover why silence isn't just the absence of speech, but one of the most potent tools for influence, control, and wisdom. We live in an age where everyone wants to be heard. Social media is flooded with opinions, arguments, and endless chatter. Everyone wants to speak, to prove their point, to assert their presence. But ironically, in this noisy world, those who master the art of silence are the ones who truly hold power. They don't need to talk much, because when they do, every word carries weight. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a debate between two people. One person talks incessantly, trying to dominate the conversation, throwing out arguments left and right. The other remains calm, listens intently, and only speaks when necessary. And when they do speak, their words cut through the noise like a knife. Who do you think wins the debate? It's not the person who spoke the most. It's the one who spoke with purpose. Silence isn't weakness. It's a calculated strategy. It's a tool used by the wise to control situations, read people, and make decisions with clarity. Lessons from history. The power of silence. Let's take a journey back in time to ancient Rome, where warriors, leaders, and philosophers left their mark on history. Among them was Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors. Known as the Philosopher King, Marcus faced countless wars, conspiracies, and betrayals during his reign. Yet, instead of reacting impulsively or lashing out, he chose silence as his weapon. One day, a general in his court plotted against him, spreading rumors that Marcus was weak and unfit to rule. His advisors urged him to punish the traitor immediately, but Marcus didn't rush to confront or defend himself. Instead, he continued his duties with calmness and fairness. What happened next? The traitor, frustrated by Marcus's lack of reaction, grew impatient, made mistakes, and eventually lost the support of his allies. By staying silent, Marcus exposed the true nature of his enemy without uttering a single word. But Marcus wasn't alone in understanding the value of silence. Let's shift our focus to feudal Japan, where samurai warriors valued self-control and emotional mastery above all else. One day, an experienced samurai was teaching his students about the strength of composure. Suddenly, an old rival appeared, hurling insults and provocations at him, trying to incite anger. The samurai didn't react. He stood still, saying nothing. After a while, the rival became confused, then frustrated, and finally walked away in shame. When the rival left, one of the students asked, "Master, why didn't you respond?" The samurai smiled and replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you refuse to accept it, who does the gift belong to?" The student thought for a moment and said, "To the giver." The samurai nodded. "Exactly. When someone insults you and you don't react, their anger remains theirs. You don't have to take it." These two stories illustrate a profound truth. Silence is not weakness. It's a sign of control, calmness, and intelligence. The truly strong don't get dragged into meaningless arguments. They know that sometimes the best response is no response at all. Why is silence so powerful? After hearing these stories, you might be wondering, why does silence carry so much weight? Isn't communication about expressing yourself, defending your ideas, and asserting your position? The truth is, the most influential people aren't the ones who talk the most. They're the ones who talk at the right time. Silence gives you control over the conversation. Think about it. In any interaction, the person who controls the pauses and silences often controls the direction of the dialogue. Psychological pressure. Silence creates a void, and humans instinctively hate empty spaces. When you stay quiet, the other person feels compelled to fill the gap. In doing so, they often reveal their weaknesses, true intentions, or hidden agendas. For example, in negotiations, if you state your offer and then remain silent, the other party may feel pressured to lower their demands, without you having to say another word. Emotional intelligence. People who can't control their words are usually driven by emotions. They lash out in anger, react impulsively, or argue without thinking things through. But those who practice silence demonstrate high emotional intelligence. By staying calm and composed, they maintain control of the situation. Respect and authority. There's an interesting psychological phenomenon. We tend to respect people who speak less. When someone speaks sparingly, we automatically assume they're wise, mysterious, or profound. On the flip side, those who talk too much are often seen as lacking discipline, confidence, or depth. Active listening. Silence allows you to listen, not just to others, but to yourself. Successful people aren't necessarily the best speakers, they're the best listeners. By staying quiet, you observe, absorb, and gather valuable information that helps you make smarter decisions. Confidence and presence. True confidence doesn't need constant validation. People who lack self-assurance often feel the need to talk excessively to prove their worth. But confident individuals understand that their value lies in their actions, presence, and composure, not in the number of words they say. When should you stay silent, and when should you speak? Silence is powerful, but it's not always the right choice. Knowing when to stay quiet and when to speak up is key to mastering this art. When provoked. If someone tries to insult or provoke you, resist the urge to retaliate immediately. Words only affect you if you let them. Use silence as a shield to confuse and disarm your opponent. When listening to others. Sometimes the best thing you can do is simply listen. When someone is upset, angry, or venting, they don't want advice right away. They want to feel heard and understood. Save your words for after they've calmed down. When defending your values. While silence is a powerful tool, there are times when staying quiet could mean compromising your principles. If someone spreads lies about you, undermines your reputation, or attacks something you deeply believe in, it's okay to speak up, but do so calmly and strategically. Don't argue emotionally. Present your case with clarity and conviction. How to master the art of silence. Like any skill, mastering silence requires practice. Here are some practical tips to help you incorporate it into your daily life. Listen before you speak. In conversations, focus on observing body language, tone, and intent. Let the other person finish their thoughts before responding. Ask thoughtful questions to deepen your understanding. Control your reactions under pressure. When faced with criticism or provocation, pause, take a deep breath, and remain silent. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of self-mastery. Embrace pauses. Many people feel uncomfortable with silence and rush to fill the void. Resist this urge. Silence creates tension, which often leads others to reveal more than they intended. Speak less, say more. Challenge yourself to reduce unnecessary chatter. Before speaking, ask yourself, is this important? Will it add value? Quality matters more than quantity. Practice inner silence. Beyond external communication, cultivate mental silence. Set aside time each day to sit quietly, observe your thoughts without judgment, and find peace within yourself. This will improve your decision-making and emotional resilience. Conclusion: silence is more than just a tactic. It's a philosophy, a way of life. It reflects patience, wisdom, and self-control. From ancient leaders like Marcus Aurelius to modern-day visionaries like Steve Jobs, the most successful individuals have understood the power of knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. So, how will you apply the power of silence in your own life? Will you practice active listening? Will you use silence to gain leverage in negotiations? Or will you simply embrace moments of quiet reflection? Start small, but start today. Because when you master silence, you don't just control conversations, you control your destiny. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, leave a comment below sharing your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay silent and stay powerful.